All right. Also, thank you so much, everyone, for joining today. We are elated to have every one of us join. We are not taking this for granted in any way. So, let me ask, how many of us were able to see the video that we posted last time? Any question based on that, or might not be the video itself? Any question based on what we did at the other end? Anybody still having issues, Amara, thank you so much for getting back to me. Amara actually got back to me last time, and he mentioned that it was the error he was having uh already solved, so there is no error for Amara again. Is there anybody that is having an error so we can quickly solve that before we move ahead? I guess the answer is no. Okay, so since the answer is no, let's move on. Let me quickly share my screen then, so we can quickly move on. Today, we must ensure that we finish the integration of both Salesforce and HubSpot today, so that we can know that we are done with that. Then we can move on to other ones that we need to do if people are still ready to learn one or two things. Let me quickly uh, do a pep talk on some things when it comes to integration. Okay, because one thing I realized is that many people are not actually familiar with integration yet. They don't know the nitty-gritty of it, but it doesn't have to be something I have to spend hours on. We just quickly talk about it, then we move on to the integration that we are doing the other time. Okay, so so far we've talked about the reason why RevOps is critical for our journey uh, as Salesforce professional, and then also we looked at what is how HubSpot runs a bit on a high level, because really you can learn HubSpot in 1 hour, in 2 hours, even in 3 hours, even in a day. You can't do that. Okay, you must actually keep on learning one or two things there overall. Okay, but the things that we need there to actually uh integrate with Salesforce, or an example, I think I should say that an example of the things that we can actually use to integrate Salesforce, we have looked at them in our spot. And then the last time on Friday, we moved on into Zapier. We explained one or two things about Zapier. Okay. However, on a high level, also today, I would like to just talk a bit about what is integration. Okay, especially when it concerning Salesforce integration itself. Okay, so I titled it Salesforce integration fundamentals. Like I mentioned last week, it's supposed to be a 60-minute explanation, but don't worry, the next couple of minutes I'll be through with it. Then we can go back into Zapier to continue what we're doing the other time. Okay, so let's quickly move on with that. Okay, um, don't need all these. Okay, so Salesforce as a central RevOps hub. So most organizations have several systems generating customer data, and that's what brought us here. I think we have explained this already. Okay, that's what actually brought us here. That's what battered this particular core, this particular class that we are having right now. Okay, so organizations have website, they have Shopify, they have LinkedIn, they have HubSpot, they have Airtable, they have Google Meet and things like that. And they want to actually bring everything together so that everything can communicate with each other. Okay, as a team. Okay, so for example, what made us Spain to me last night, I think, is because of the fact that the team were, I mean, they work as a team. That was what actually made them to win, even with all the big names. Argentina. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of Spain or Argentina. I'm just rooting for the winner. That's just okay. Am I still on you? Am I audible? Amara?
Yes, yes, you're audible. Sorry, I thought I was
Okay, all
on
right.
mute.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. I hope your team was not Argentina. If your team was Argentina, don't worry. Next time, in the next 4 years, they might win the cup again. Okay, so let's move on with that.
That's good.
All right, um, so understanding Salesforce object, you don't need this. I know that many people that are on this call, they already know what a Salesforce object is, so you don't have to actually go in there and then list and contact the session, you know, or what this is anyway. Of course, this is a potential customer contact is already somebody that we are actually represent our relationship with the either the opportunity that we're looking at or the account that we already have in our system in Salesforce. So we already understand this as Salesforce professional. Okay, so I want to actually talk about something. That's why I'm actually here. Okay, and then I've talked about the the fields that are important last time. I think I talked about these last time anyway. Okay, so yes, and I gave this example exactly example last week. Let me repeat it again. Okay, when it comes to Zapier, uh, Salesforce, and HubSpot. Okay, Zapier, Salesforce, and HubSpot. Okay, what brings them all together is an API. What's an API? An API is application programming interface. It allows two software or applications to exchange information securely, and that's the word securely. Okay, so just like a waiter, I mentioned that last week. Okay, uh, a customer walks in into a restaurant. Okay, then the customer places the order. Then the waiter delivers the order to the kitchen. The kitchen prepares the food. Then the waiter brings food back to the customer. Okay, so a waiter here, or quote and unquote, is the Zapier. Okay, the Zapier. In this case, now that we are doing right now, the customer is who? Amara, who is the customer? Amara, do
Yeah. I think the customer is Salesforce or HubSpot. The customer is Salesforce, yeah.
Salesforce.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much. The customer is Salesforce, okay, whereby the those who prepare the food, the cook is what?
HubSpot, eh?
Hotspot. Yes, thank you so much. Hotspot. Hotspot is the cook in this scenario. Okay, so but there is something that uh Zapier is using. And in most cases, that's what Kato is using, that's what Make is using, that's what Hotspot itself is using to connect with Salesforce sometimes and things like okay. And we call it OAuth. OAuth. So the question is, what is OAuth? Okay. OAuth stands for open authorization. You can say that when we are connected our Salesforce, because our Salesforce was opened and it has already authenticated us, right? When we click the button on Zapier Connect, okay, it didn't ask us to say, okay, so what's the connected app? It didn't ask us to say, okay, so what is the IP? What is this? What is that? No, no, no. It connected straight to Salesforce. The only thing that we need to do or that you need to ask us is, should I allow this particular software, which is Salesforce, to actually this particular software, which is Zapier, to actually have access to your Salesforce instance, and you clicked allow. Meaning you click allow, then it worked like a magic, right? Okay, so the OAuth actually stands for Open Authorization. It is an industry standard authorization framework that allows one application to access another application's resources without sharing the user's password. Nothing like that. It didn't ask you, okay, so what is your password? So what is your username? Just allow us to actually do what? To do that automatically. Okay, so it's a secure way to grant one application permission to access another applications on your behalf without exposing your login credentials. Okay, so that's what OAuth is. I said I should actually mention that before we move on. I think we have already explained this. Now that we have actually done this, let us move on and connect our system right away. Or we should continue with the connection of our system because we started that last week. But for the purpose of emphasis, I might just have to go back a bit just to explain some things. Okay, so uh, you must have you opened your Zap. Has anybody opened their Zap like mine?
Yeah, it's open.
Is open. Okay, others. Okay, for the purpose of those who are watching the video, they might not actually have it open. Let us do this. Let's do this. Okay, so what we are going to do is let us try to just go back here. So when you log in to your Zapier, okay, when you log into your Zapier, it brings you here, right? This is more or less like the front page that you're going to get. Excuse me, please, is a dashboard, right? You are going to get here. That's what you are going to have as an example. Okay, now, how do you go back to your Zaps that you were working on earlier? Of course, you know that in Salesforce, you go to setup, then you go to flows and things like that, right? Okay, so the same thing goes here, okay? Just that I think the button are going to click uh, simpler, or should I say they are faster in Zapier. Okay, so what do you do? Go to this icon called assets. Go to this icon called assets. Amara, I hope I'm not too fast.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, thank you. So go to the icon called assets, then click on it just once. Once you click on it, it brings other tabs. Can you see them? It brings other tabs. But what we are interested in is what is Zaps. Okay, so click on Zaps. And now that you have clicked on Zaps, then it brings all the Zaps that you have been working on. All the Zaps that I have been working on, right? Now that it brings this, just click on RevOps class or whatever it is that you call your own Zap. Whatever it is that you call your or named your own Zap. Okay. So once you do that, then that's will actually allow you to go into your. Okay, let me do this. I need to be sure that um, this screen please. Yes, I want to be sure that I'm still online. I have to pin myself. Okay, so let us move on. Okay. Um, I'm still audible, right?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, good. Thank you so much. All right, so now this was what we were working on. We're working on this. Okay. So as a way of recap or to help us so we not actually hit any roadblocks as we move on. Okay, please can you click on the first node, click on the first node and go to setup, please. Go to setup and then just do this. Click on the three dots here. Click on the three dots and click reconnect so that we can be sure that the data that we have we sync when we get to where we are going. Okay, please click on reconnect. And this is what I was just explaining earlier. We don't need the we don't need the what do we call it now? We don't need username, we don't need password. Okay, so now we have reconnected the account. Now that we have done that, then we go to configure. I think everything is fine. Configure and then go to test. Let us say find new records. Okay, so it has pulled the record that it pulled last time. Let's check it. Is this what I want? Camera, yes. Camera tech is what I want. Okay, once you have confirmed that, then click on continue with selected record. Okay, now you can see that my test passed. It's because the test passed, that's why the uh it jumped to the second node automatically. You can see I was here earlier. I clicked test. Okay, once it passed, it jumped to the second node automatically. Okay, now on the second node, let's go to setup again. Here, I think since we have been connected, but no, there is no harm in reconnecting so that we will not actually hit any roadblock whatsoever. Okay, now it has been reconnected again. Go to configure. Please ensure that on configure, you have something like this, contact information, Salesforce field, very important. I hope we all have this right. Uh, Supposed to be talking to me.
Yes, yes, yes. Sorry, I have
Okay,
it. Yeah.
okay, all right, thank you so much. Okay, so now that we all have that, so let us move on to the uh first search property value, contact information, company name. Okay, how do we get this? Again, for the purpose of those who are watching the video. Okay, so you click on the plus sign, then you click on contact information property, click on this company name. That's how we got that, right? So click on continue and then click on retest step. If you are doing this for the first time, you will see reset this test step button. What you are going to see is test. Okay, so please click on it. And now uh, it has it has retested and it has tested and it has passed. That's why we have the green mark. Okay, now that we have done that, then let
Excuse me,
us,
please.
okay,
It's
please,
Christiana. On my own
Christina.
computer page, is asking me for the second, third property value.
No, you don't have to do that. Go to your configure.
Yeah, I'm on the
Okay, don't
computer.
put anything here. Did you put
It's
something here?
on the second,
Second search property name, make it
yeah.
blank. Third
uh,
search property name, make it blank, please.
So how
Have
do
you
I
done
make
that?
it again?
Is there any value there before?
For selection, okay. I've clicked selection.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah,
Do the
thank
same
you.
thing for that. Then click on continue.
Yeah, thank you.
Then, oh, welcome. Click on test step. And now it has passed. Now that it has passed, the next thing for us to do is for us to now connect our Salesforce. So, like I said, I have not mentioned it today. I need to say that again, please. Uh, if you have not, ensure that you have logged into your developer org that you are using for this particular class now. Please, if you have not logged in, go and log in right away. Okay. So while you are logging in, click on this plus sign. Just like in our flow, we have plus sign, right? Click on this plus sign and it says add step and it brings you here. So the question is, which app do you want to actually add to this particular node? Okay, which app do you want to add? So we want to add Salesforce. Let's assume that I don't have Salesforce here. Just go to the search bar and search for Salesforce. Salesforce, then click on it. Once you click on it, it will ask you what is the action that you want to perform. That's what it means by saying action events. What is the action that you would like to perform? Okay, so the action I would love to perform here is that I want to create a lead, right? That's our requirement. I want to create a lead. So click on choose an event, then search for create lead. Can you see it? Create a new lead in Salesforce. Click on it. All right. So assume that this is not there right now. Just click on connect account. On yours, it should be something like connect account, right? Am I right,
Yeah, it's
Amara?
sign in. Sign in.
Sign in. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So please click on sign in button. So for me, what I'll do is I'll just click on the three dots and then I will click on reconnect. Then reconnect. So it will ask you in some environment, it will not ask you for Salesforce environment. In some, it will ask. Okay, so just click on production, not sandbox, please. Developer console, developer org does not have a sandbox, right? It only has one environment, which is production. Click on production and then click on connect. Okay, so you can see it's asking us just like it asks us for HubSpot. Okay, should we allow it to have access to all these in your account? Of course, allow. Okay, now it has been set up. Is anybody having an error? Amara, have you set yours up?
Yes, it's set up.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so now that we have done that, then go to configure. Okay, go to configure, and this is where our need to actually map. Our mapping is very, very important. Like we asked last week, what are the fields that are important that are required for you to create a lead in Salesforce? Amara, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah,
Amara is
sorry.
busy this morning.
Forgive me. Is last name and company name. Yeah.
Last name and company name. Thank you so much. Okay, so now use assignment rule on this. Because of what we are doing, we're doing an assignment rule. So don't click either yes or no. Don't need it. Okay. So for last name, click on the plus sign. Now, you know that we created two nodes earlier. We created this and we created this, right? And this is where you are going to be very careful on what you start to use. Okay, you have to be very careful on what you are going to use. Okay, so but if you remember very well, this is talking about when a new contact is created, right? But this is talking
Mm-hmm.
about finding a contact. Okay. So we are going to use any mapping at all here. You must not use the second one because this is just finding it. Okay. This is what we are going to be using. All right. So for this now,
Sorry, I
we
have
are,
a question.
please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm looking at the flow of what we've created. In HubSpot,
Mhm.
it is create a contact, find a contact. Then in Salesforce, we are about to create a lead. So is
Yes.
it like HubSpot, who is a provider, is creating a contact, and then that is being created as a lead in Salesforce? Is that what we're going to achieve?
Yes, that's what we want to achieve. And I think I explained this. Okay, I think that day on the second day or on the second day I explained this, and you mentioned that you were not, you were in transit then. Okay, so let me explain that again. When it comes to Hotspot, Hotspot does not have what we call a lead in Salesforce.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So a lead in Salesforce is an equivalent of what is in HubSpot as contact.
Mm.
Do you understand that now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's why an equivalent of lead in Salesforce is contact. And that's why we are actually creating a lead in Salesforce. However, don't get it wrong. It's not that you can, with what you have it with HubSpot, you can create a contact in Salesforce automatically if you want to do that.
Yeah.
But architecturally, because a lead, a contact in HubSpot is actually equivalent to a lead in Salesforce. So there is no reason for us to actually create it as a contact in Salesforce. Once we have been able to affirm the lead, once we have been able to ensure, we have actually confirmed that, okay, these guys have the capacity to buy what we are actually selling, then we convert the lead into an account, a contact, and optionally an opportunity in Salesforce. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, it does. Okay.
All right. Any other person have any other question before we move ahead? I guess no. Okay, so like I was talking about the fact that you must ensure that your mapping is right, right? So go to configure. So last name, right? So click on the plus sign. Then, like I said, you're going to be using the first one, not the second one, new contact in HubSpot. Okay, so click on it once, and then it brings all the feeds for you. So we are looking at last name, right? So we click on contact information last name just once. So once you do that, it populates automatically. Then for first name, of course, we're going to be doing the same thing. Click on the don't uh don't uh write the name there, please, because that will amount to the fact that you are at coding. Okay, don't write something like first name. I know first name of Amara, of course, Amara like this. Don't do that because at every point in time you do that. Okay, when you are creating a new lead, the Amara. Except you like Amara so much anyway. Okay, so click on a plus sign and then new contact in HotSpot. And then, of course, we are looking at this, right? Okay, so then the next thing for us to actually create, we can create a salutation as well. Okay, however we want to do it. All right. Okay, now let me quickly say something. Let me say something. I mentioned to you that data types are very important, right? And now I'm going to say that when it comes to Salesforce, want to create anything in Salesforce, okay? Through Zapier, once it is a pick list field, once it's a pick list field, you can't map it. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay, so for example, this is a pick list field, right? You can see that there is no plus sign there. So you always have just uh, only one option to pick.
Value.
Yes. And once you pick that, anybody that you pick it for, it will actually be that part. Even if you pick, for example, if you pick Mr. right now, okay, if the person is a lady, it will always show Mr. Okay, so how do we solve that? We can actually solve that by doing something. We can just try to uh that's
You want to clear the selection or always?
yes, I'm trying to play it, but it's not allowing to play.
Yeah, I
Clear
think
selection at the
I was
bottom of
seeing clear
that.
selection there at the bottom.
Okay, at the
Yeah.
bottom, I couldn't
Yeah,
see it.
maybe because you're sharing though. So
Okay,
it's
maybe we go
at
and
the
share.
bottom.
Yes. Okay, this was blocking it. This, can you say it? Was blocking it, so I couldn't say it. All right, great. Thank you for that. Okay, so I think I've explained that. So that's why if you want to actually map something and you realize that you're going to need it in Salesforce, what do you do? What you need to do is ensure that you create that particular field as a test field. Oh, it's not going to be a test now. As a uh or the single line test. That's the word for HubSpot, right? Create it as a single line test in HubSpot. Okay, so that you're able to map it into the test suite in Salesforce. Okay, so that's what you can actually do. But it's only going to be property for HubSpot, not a field. It's going to be property for HubSpot, not a field. Okay, so title, we don't need it today. Now, company, right? Click on the plus sign. And again, new contact in HubSpot and company name, right? And then which option do we have again? That is important. I think basically that's just it. We don't have phone number. Okay, email. Yes, email is what is important again, though it's not required, but of course, it's supposed to put email there. Let's go for email. I think we have to scroll down.
I think email is below fax.
Yep, seen it. Click on it, and then let's do the email now. Yep, that's the email, and then click on continue button.
I have a question.
You have a question? Okay, please
Yeah.
go ahead.
What about the second item that we did for find contact? I think it is for the Salesforce field, no?
This
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, all right. Like, are we not going to use it, right? Is that your question?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that question. It's a very important question, and that was why I told us that I'm going to explain what that actually entails. Okay, like I mentioned to you earlier, on I think last week also on Friday, I told you, I said when it comes to um company name, in fact, we're not supposed to actually uh create this second one if company name field property, you know, forgive my use of words. Okay. If company name property on HubSpot uh, is actually rendering the way it's supposed to render. Okay. It's not rendering because the way it's supposed to render because of the relationship that it has with company objects on HubSpot. Are you with me, Amara?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as a workaround, for us to ensure that the company name is actually uh populating in Salesforce, because if there's no, if there's no company name in Salesforce, then it will actually lead to an error. You can't create a lead because it's required, right? Okay, that's why we created this as a workaround for that particular purpose, just for that particular purpose. If it is not a challenge that you do actually need to create this second one. You just create the this and create this and link it together, and that's all. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, it does. It depends on the use case, huh?
Yes, it's not a use case. It's not the use case. That's just it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
but if it is not a lead and the company name is rendering very well, then just use Salesforce straight away. All right, thank you for that question. Okay, so now we have gotten here. If you go to test, you realize that it's going to actually show you something like this, right? You go to test. I explained that's why you are seeing this, right? So it's going to tell
Yeah.
you that, okay, this is what you are actually going to be sending to Salesforce. Okay, are you ready to test it? Once you click this test step, okay, this particular this particular lead, this particular contact should be created as a lead in Salesforce. Let us try and test that out. Test step. Okay, now it has been created. Can you see? Immediately we did that, it gave us something very important. It gave us the ID. We didn't have ID before, right? But it gave us the ID immediately, telling us that this has been created and gave us some is duplicate record. No, because we don't have Amara there in our system before. Attributes, URI, blah blah blah. This is what has been created. Okay, so let us try to check our Salesforce and see if the integration has been done. Then you can just refresh the page and we should see Amara. Yeah, without writing the code. Good,
Found mine.
good. I think that's.
Actually, I found mine.
Oh, it found us. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so who is having an error? Somebody having an error? Okay, who has not found his or us? Just like Amara has done. Okay, who has found his or us? Just like Amara has done. Okay, Kingsley, thank you so much, Kingsley. All right, I'm gonna say, oh, Tola, excited, excited, excited. Okay, that's fantastic. That's very, very good. Others, what's happening? Anne, what happened today? You've been very quiet. Christina,
Sorry, sir,
Jagadish.
I'm in the middle of something, but then I'm following actually.
Okay, all right, fantastic, good, good. Jagadish, can you confirm
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
found yours? Were you able
Yes,
to
yes,
lead
I can
yours?
able to create the lead instances.
Oh, okay, good, good. Excited to hear that. Henry,
Yeah.
Henry, we are excited that you're here. Femi.
Yes, yes, I put in the lead in my Salesforce org.
Okay, great. Okay. Uh, okay. Rennie, thank you so much, everyone, for that feedback. I appreciate it. Let me share my screen again. Okay, good. Good. So now we need to do something very important. So let's go back to our Zapier. You see that immediately it's actually uh when the test passed, it told us, it asked us something that do we want to retest the step or want to publish our Zap? So please click on publish. And you're going to say publishing, and voila, it has been published. Okay, now let us do something. Let us do something. You can say that, oh, we coded everything because really, does that actually create something for us in Salesforce because we are coded, that's why it's created in Salesforce. So how do we ensure that whenever we create a contact in HubSpot, the same thing is created in Salesforce automatically? How do we ensure that? Okay, now let us test it now whether our Zap is working or not. So please click on add contact and click on create new. Now that has been done, so let us do who's on this call again? Tola. Tola what? Tola, what's your second name? Let me check. I'll check myself.
AJAO.
Okay, all right. So tell me. Okay. Tola is telling me. So Tola AJA. Okay, yeah. Tola HR. Yes. All right. At Tola.com. Okay. All right. So first name is Tola. Last name is Ejeo. Ejeo. All right. So then don't bother about the. Okay. So let's say Tola Tech is now the company. And then, like I mentioned, you must always give a database why you have the authority or the authorization to actually create the contacts. They are very, very strict with the data protection. All right, so click on anything whatsoever and then click on create. When you do that, Tola would actually be created. Okay, I guess there is a domain name that is actually Tola.com, and this is a company because there's a domain name like that, so it's assumed that Tolaja is working with that particular company. Okay, but that's another lesson for another day. Does not concern our integration. Okay, so now Atola has been created, right? And then we have a company name. Okay, so can actually just copy this and put it here. Oh. You can use an automation to do that, just like we do in Salesforce, but that is another thing for another day. All right, so now that this has been created, go back to your Zapier. I want to show you something before you go to your Salesforce. Can you see something on your, Amara, please talk to me right now. On your
Material.
first node, can you see something like 2 minutes? Can you find it there?
Yeah.
You can see 2 minutes, right? Just like mine. Click on it, please.
Mine is more though.
What is yours?
Mine is like 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Seriously?
Yeah. Since I last,
Okay.
while you were doing the first step, I completed it, so I didn't actually repeat it.
Okay, I'm surprised. No, I'm saying, can you see 2 minutes? This 2 minutes on mine? That's what I'm asking.
On yours, yes, I can. On yours,
And you said yours is reading 15 minutes.
yes.
What did you do to Zapier? Why does it even like your face? Okay, another person, please. I want to confirm that every other person is also 15 minutes because I'm surprised. Tola, please, can you speak to us?
Yeah, I just see 2 minutes as well.
2 minutes, okay. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Atola.
Can I ask what's the time about? What's
Yes,
the
and
time?
that's why that's what I wanted to explain. Okay, so now that you say yours is 15 minutes, that's I'm surprised. Very, very surprised. Okay. All right, so what the
I'm seeing
timing?
2 minutes as well.
Okay, who's that?
And
Anne, okay. All right, so now what does this 2 minute entails? Okay, so can you see what it says? It says this app will check for new data at this interval. Okay, at this interval, that's where it will actually check for new data. Okay, so you can click on update frequency, and now go here. Can you please go to this place, use account settings, and see if you can change it to 2 minutes, Amara?
I didn't even see what you're saying. I think
Okay,
mine.
let me do, oh, hold on, let me do it again. Click on the 2 minutes.
No, sorry.
Click
I
on,
think the problem I'm experiencing was from the
okay.
publish side. So when I clicked on publish, it was telling me
Mm.
to upgrade to pro or something. It's like it didn't
Oh,
publish. Yeah,
oh,
so I
okay.
think
Didn't publish. Okay, okay. You
yeah.
can upgrade to Pro, please. Upgrade to Pro. They won't ask you for any money. Please do that.
Okay.
Do that. You can republish again. It's not a big deal. You can just edit it. Just remove one or two things, then remove those things, then publish again. All right. All right. So
Oh,
for any other person that is experiencing 15 minutes, you can do that as well. Okay. So they won't ask you.
I am also, so I'm just trying to do it. Let's see.
Okay, please do that. Do that. Very important. Okay. Now, I think I've talked more than 2 minutes. So let's go to our Salesforce instance and let us refresh. So Tola Jao that I created earlier should actually populate now.
Okay. I think maybe someone else should just continue because it's not there's only free plan, pro plan, and advanced.
No, don't worry,
The
don't
free
worry. Don't worry, it's fine.
free
I'm
plan.
alright. Don't worry, it's fine. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
not a big deal. All right, so can you see it now? That dollar job that I created, okay, has been picked up by Zapier, who is the waiter, and served it for Salesforce, and Salesforce accepted it. And now we now have Tola Tech, email, and this. Please confirm that you can see your Tola. Please confirm that. I know this is very early for you over there.
Yes, I see it. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Or any other person that have seen his or us should confirm. Okay, Kingsley, thank you so much. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce this name. Is it Reni Akin or is it Akin? I can see you. Thank you so much. If you can speak, can you?
It's
Okay.
Renike. Renike.
Oh, Renike. Oh, thank you so much, Renike. Appreciate that. Okay. Paula has confirmed. Kingsley, Renike. Okay, so those who are getting 15 minutes. Okay, oh, Jagadesh, thank you so much. Appreciate that all the way from India. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate. Okay, so for those who are experiencing 15 minutes, we are so sorry about that. I should have actually, I think I did. I don't know whether I mentioned that or not. Before now that it should upgrade to Pro. If I did not, I'm so sorry about that. That was on me. I should have actually asked you to do that. Okay, if you are watching this video, please, before you do anything, once you sign up for Zapier, upgrade to Pro. They're going to give you everything that you can get in Zapier, everything served to you for 14 days. So you can actually use Zapier for everything, just like we do in Salesforce, that we can use and everything that is what it has to offer, okay, when it comes to development, okay, for free for life. Okay, that's why I always say that I love Salesforce. Okay. So, but Zapier will
Okay.
give you that for 14 days. Amara,
Sorry. I think I used an old Zapier account I had. So
oh,
it's
okay,
yeah, I just remembered. Yeah, it's a really
okay,
old one. So I think I
okay.
would get a new one and do it. Just
Okay, all right. Okay, so the video will be available. I guess you have seen the video for the other ones. The video will be available for this as well, so that we can actually you can actually I hope I'm recording. Yes, I'm recording. Okay. The video will be available so that you can actually watch and repeat the steps. So Kingsley, please go ahead. Question.
Yes, so just a quick one. On Salesforce, when you want to create a lead, apart
Yes.
from the last name which we imputed and the
And the
company's
company
name,
name. Yes.
we also have to like include lead status. So
Yes.
on HubSpot now we are creating and Salesforce automatically like makes it open, not contacted.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes.
from HubSpot now, when you create a lead and you make it working or
Yes.
contacted,
Yes.
with this automation, it doesn't passes the contacts inside because I
It
tried
does not.
testing that. Yeah, it
Yes.
does not.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
that's not
So
like
what it will do, you can actually edit your Zap. Let's go back to Zap. I love that question. Thank you so much for bringing that up. I really appreciate it. Okay. So all right. So we can edit our Zap. So let's click on Edit Zap and go to the Salesforce side of it. Right. Go to the Salesforce side of it and go to Lead Status. Right. Lead status. Which one do you want to choose? You know that in Salesforce you can create new. Please talk to me. I don't want to ask the question. Kingsley?
okay. Yeah. So
All right.
let's assume contacted, working
Yes.
contacted. Yeah.
Working contacted. You can just click on it like this. Working contacted. So but the challenge that this we have is that any any contact that you create on HubSpot that you have decided to integrate with Salesforce, any contact will always have that working contacted on Salesforce. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it always have. Okay, and then the
Yeah,
same
let
thing
me
goes
just
for
chip in on that, Mr. John.
yes.
All right, so the idea about working or not contacted has to do with how your marketing and sales team are collaborating. So if your marketing are handing off not contacted leads, you should leave it as not contacted. If they
Yes.
are handing off marketing qualified or sales qualified, you should then maybe make it contacted or qualified. So it boils
Yes.
down to how your process is set up.
Yes. Yeah, we are absolutely right about that. Absolutely right about that. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Really appreciate it. Okay, so click on continue once you have edited your status. Click on continue, and then click on retest step. You can decide to do that, or you can just click on publish. But I would prefer to click on retest step, and then passed, then click on publish. So now that you have clicked on publish, it will bring this. And then, the earlier the version is V1. So we can make this V2, right? And click on publish. So you're not actually renaming the Zap itself. You're just renaming the version, just like we have in Salesforce Flow, that you can have so many versions, about 50 versions or thereabout. Okay, so it's 11 o'clock. Any other question, please, before we call it a day? And the next thing that I would like to show you tomorrow is what if your company is actually running low on budgets, okay, and they decide not to use they can't pay for all spots, but just imagine, because Google Sheets is free, so to speak, and they want to actually integrate the Google Sheets with Salesforce. For every row that's created on Google Sheets, then create a lead in Salesforce. Does that sound as exciting? Amara?
Yes, it
Okay,
does.
all right,
Yeah.
fantastic. So that's what I'll be showing to, thank you so much, everyone. So that's what I will be showing to you tomorrow. I guess now that we are done with this, we can just do that maybe for about 2 days or thereabouts, and that's about 6 days or 7 days, and we can call it a day, except people decide to learn more with other GTM tools. So thank you so much, everyone. I guess there is no other question, right? If there is no other question, you can actually end this call.
All right, thank you.
Okay,
I have
everyone.
some questions though, but I'll save it
Oh,
till
you have
tomorrow.
question?
I'll save it till
Oh,
tomorrow. Time is up.
okay.
So
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
So the
you,
video
Mr.
will be
John.
available. You're welcome. You're welcome. The video will be available, and then I will send it to everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.